In this video, we're going to walk you through the concept of student rooms in MagicSchool. So student rooms is the place that you're going to put your customized student tools that your students have access to complete their assignments, to do some learning for the day, whatever your objective is, whatever your reasoning for using the Magic Student piece. The rooms is the place that the students access the tools that you've set up for them. So in order for you to get to your Magic Student rooms and to see your rooms or to create rooms, you're going to want to log into the platform, and from here on the left side of the screen you're going to see a Magic Student drop down. If you click on that Magic Student drop down, you'll see that there's some options here. We had a video that we looked at the student tools and we customized the student tools. So take a look at that video if you've not seen that. I would suggest watching that first if you've not watched that before you jump into kind of the room customization. You really can do either or, but I like the student tools concept first, just to be able to customize the tools and learn about that first before you actually go in and start setting up the rooms. So once you've done that, you click on the rooms option, and from here you're going to see a list of rooms that you've got. If you have rooms set up, this is where you could manage the rooms, and by manage you click on the three dots on the right side and you'll see some different options here where you can manage the tools in the room, you can edit some of the room details, you can see the join info, and you can share the room with like colleagues, other teachers. But what we're going to focus on in this video specifically is going to be creating the room. So when you click on the create room option, the first thing it asks you to do is to select a tool from the list of tools to add to your room. So for this, I already know we're just going to look at the writing feedback tool. What I would encourage you to do is become familiar with the student tools piece. You can do that from the student tools tab, or you can do that from this screen. When you click on any tool, so I'm going to click on our writing feedback tool, it brings us to the place that we customize the tool. This is where that video I referenced earlier, it's about 4 or 5 minutes, comes in handy because that video emphasizes and shows you everything that you need to know about customizing the tools here. So I'm going to make this real quick here. I'm just going to go in and basically take some information that I had provided on a previous tool, and I'm going to copy and paste that inside of this window here just for time's sake. So I'm going to go to my rooms, and I'm going to pull up a writing feedback room that I had already set up. Again, you wouldn't necessarily be doing this, but just for time's sake, I'm just going to grab some information. You can see here how I customized this tool. So for this video, I'm just copying and pasting this information really from one tool to the other, just so you can kind of see what it looks like to customize. And so what I did is I took some time and filled out each of these boxes in the tool customization. From there, I gave it basically sets up very specific feedback and what I want this tool to be able to do with my students. So as you set this up, notice you can attach files from your Google Drive, from your computer. You can embed websites, photos, anything like that that you want to add to the customization of the tool. So that should be enough here to get us information. Again, more details on the customization of the tools in the other video. But I provided some information here inside of the writing feedback tool, and I'm going to click Save to Room. It's going to ask me to name the room, so I'm just going to call this writing feedback. Example 1. You do want to require the single sign-on. That's going to force students to go through our BDS Launchpad so that they can join the room using their credentials. So make sure that that's set. If you wanted to set a room schedule, you could do that. That's going to be dependent on your schedule and what classes you have and if they rotate and those kind of things. I'm going to leave that off for now, and I'm going to click Save to Room. Now, if you had an existing room, you could add it here, but this is a new room we're setting up, so I'm going to click Save to Room. It's going to prompt you to add or to how you want to share the room out with students. Again, this is kind of a fork in the road. If you utilize Canvas in your class, you would not want to select any of these. I'll show you, there's a different video, a little 2-minute video out there on how you can embed your Magic Student Rooms inside of Canvas very, very easily in the modules. If you're not utilizing Canvas, you can then select one of these other options here. You'll have a URL that you can send to students or open up the room to students like in your GoGuardian. If you are utilizing Google Classroom, you can embed it there. And then there's some join codes as well. So you'll have options there. This is how you get the information to the students, the room information. Now from here, you'll notice that I'm inside of my room. This is where I would then see like any information and records associated with the room once students have access. A big thing that you want to make sure you do beforehand though is preview the room as a student. So if you click on that preview as student button, you're going to be brought into another screen that basically has you go through the tool itself, and you have like the perspective of a student. They're going to get an AI acknowledgement button here where they'll select after they read through the acknowledgement that they acknowledge, and then here is where the students will then start interacting with the tool. Okay, so that's exactly how the students will, or how you as a teacher, I should say, can preview it as a student. Just a reminder, when you're inside of your room, you'll notice it shows up under the Rooms tab. You'll see your room here. If you click on the three dots and do the Show Join Info, that's going to show you how one of the ways or some of the ways they can join. If you ever needed to manage the tools again, you can, in the room, you can click the three dots and click Manage Room Tools. And then in the other video that we've got out there that you'll have available to you to view, for the Canvas users, take a look at that. It shows you very easily how you can take a room that you've set up, automatically embed that room right there in Canvas for easy access to your students.